Hey everyone's JackelWolf back in Sky Factory 4 with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the advancement book. Last episode, we were on the Age of All of the Things, OMG, LOL, and we worked on the nether regions, which was to craft an octuple compressed netherrack block, because why not? We are actually still working on that one. There is still a little bit of work left to do. Very similar to the sugarcane one, and the black hole unit, and the black hole fluid unit, and a couple other things. We're getting those all passively. So there's a lot of work left on those ones, but for now, what we're going to work on is this Dark Toasto. This is to create the ultimate sandwich using the Culinary Construct Sandwich Station. Now, we've used the sandwich station before. That's been my primary source of food, is this quintuple bacon sandwich, and I'm getting pretty low on these, so I'm going to want to make a full stack of this, this top of the line gear sandwich. So to make it, we need to add the ingredients in the exact order as follows: cornbread, BLT sandwich, cheeseburger, Enchanted Golden Apple, onion rings, and coffee. So that is quite the sandwich, and it is a little bit of work to get to it. So let's get started. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to have to make ourselves the cornbread. Now, the cornbread is very, very simple. We basically need to take some corn in our world, cook it through the furnace, and that ends up with the pieces of corn. To get corn, you can, plant grass, use bone meal on grass blocks, break the grass, and you'll end up getting corn seeds that way. Or you can take 8 wheat and buy some in the market if you've already got the market. We've used this quite a bit in my world for quite a long time. But if we go corn, there we go. There is some corn seeds. 8 wheat, I get you 1 corn seed. And we'll come over here, and just so you can kind of see how it looks in the world, we're going to go plant the corn seed. That is the start. That is a mature corn right there, and we've got ourselves a corn on the cob. But to make the bread, we are going to have to do something a little bit fancy. We're going to have to go and throw that into the furnace, and that is going to get us the, cooked corn. I mean, I don't really see what the real difference, raw corn versus cooked corn. But there you go. There is the corn. And like I said, I want to make a full stack of this sandwich. So we're going to make a full stack of the cornbread. So that is perfect. Let's come over here so we don't get them mixed up. And we're going to go and place that as the first item in the sandwich station. This is something we made quite a while ago as well. It is fairly simple to make, so I'm not going to go get into it. But you do need one of those to proceed on here. Next up, the next ingredient we need to make is the BLT sandwich. So this one is really, really complicated. To make the BLT sandwich, we are first going to need some cooked dough. To make cooked dough, it is 4 wheat and a bucket of water. In a crafting table, gets you 8 dough. And then we can go take them, throw them up there. They're going to start cooking off. While that is cooking, we can go look at the rest of the ingredients. Next up is going to be the bacon. Now, to make the XL food bacon, we're going to need a piece of cooked pork chop. That's going to get us 4 pieces of bacon, so that is really, really good. We're going to take that, put that in there, and make my full stack. Next up is the lettuce and the tomato. Now, there are only 1 lettuce in the game that we're going to need to use. That is going to require 8 oak leaves from the seed market. Alternately, we could use the bone meal, break the grass, and get them that way. But we're just going to use this method for now. So 8 oak leaves, and we're going to go lettuce. There we go. There is our lettuce seeds. And while we are here, like I said, we're also going to need a stack of tomatoes. There are 2 tomato seeds in the game. One is going to require 8 beetroot. The other one's going to require 8 wheat. So if we go back over to the market, we can put our 8 beetroot in here. We go tomato, and the 8 beetroot is the Rustic mod tomato seeds. So we're going to click on those. There they are. Then we're going to take the 8 wheat, we're going to put them in there. That is going to be for the XL Foods mods wheat. Doesn't matter which tomato we use, both of them will be valid for making this BLT sandwich. But the rustic tomatoes are a little bit different than the regular ones. We are going to require a wooden stake to actually plant these. Now, to make a wooden stake, it is just 3 planks in a crafting table. It gets you 1 wooden stake. So we'll come back over to the garden just to kind of show off everything. So here's the lettuce seeds. We're going to plant that there. There is the beginning. That is our fully grown seed. We're going to go and plant that up. There is our lettuce. Next up is the rustic tomato. Again, if I try to place this, by right-clicking on the tilled farmland, it's not working. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the wooden stake, place that down. Again, if I try to do it on the farmland, it does not work. You actually got to click on the wooden stake. That's what, plants it in the block. And then here we go. Here is the fully grown rustic tomato, and that grows up really, really quick. Because I've got a lot of these sprinklers on the go. They are definitely making things grow really, really fast. Second set of tomatoes is the XL Mods tomatoes. We're going to go plant that there. There's your original plant. When it is done, when it is ready, it's going to look a lot like this. They almost look like cherry tomatoes rather than, full-on grown tomatoes. But that's, basically the two different types of tomatoes. You could use whichever one you want in this BLT. So we're going to come over here. I've chosen to use the rustic ones because that was the one I unlocked first. And then the lettuce as well can go in there. I'm just going to leave these in my inventory for the moment because I don't really need them. But yeah, so there we go. There is our 8 cooked dough. So I'm going to put 6 stacks of cooked dough in a crafting table with bacon, lettuce, and tomato. That gets us our BLT sandwich, which is absolutely perfect. We're going to go and preset this one over here. Now we can actually make this a sandwich. This is a BLT sandwich, quality average. Not going to be good enough to get that advancement. We got to work our way up. Next ingredient we need to make this sandwich is going to be the cheeseburger. Now, as you can tell, a cheeseburger is going to require some cheese. To make cheese in Sky Factory 4 is fairly simple. We are going to need 6 buckets of milk. I've got my cow in the jar, which I absolutely love. He is very, very handy to kind of have around ready to, get milk whenever I need it. But 6 buckets of milk gets us 4 cheese. We are also going to need some bun toppers. So there's a little bit of a triangle out of the wheat. And then we're going to need some bun bottoms, which is the opposite triangle using the wheat. And we're also going to need some ground beef. Now, ground beef is just simply cooked steak. In a crafting table, we'll get you 2 ground beef. So this is nice and good. We don't actually need a full stack of steak. We only need half a stack. So that is absolutely perfect. Now, the last ingredient we're going to need is a cucumber. Very similar to before, we can go to our market. We can, with 8 wheat, we can go and buy some cucumber seeds. So cucumber seeds in the market, 8 wheat. There we go. That's absolutely perfect. I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to once again come over to the garden, and then we're going to go and place them here in this row. That is your beginning, plant. Here is your full-on, full-grown plant. It doesn't look like a whole lot. To me, it looks like half-grown. It does say mature. We're going to click on that. But if we watch here, and hopefully it won't take too long, there's an intermediate stage where there's flowers on there. Now, cucumbers are green, the leaves are green. I can see what they're going for, but it's a little bit confusing because they don't look like it's, fully formed there. But, that is fully, you watch your tooltips, that says 85, that says mature. That's exactly what we need. So we're going to take this cucumber, we're going to take the cheese, we're going to take the buns and the beef, and we're going to come back over to this crafting table. There we go. There is our full stack of cucumbers. There is our full stack of cheese. We're going to take the bottom bun, goes on the bottom. The top bun goes on the top. And the ground beef goes in the middle. Now, this is cooked meat. We did use cooked steak to do it. So I guess it doesn't look very cooked in there. But that is what we need to do to make a cheeseburger. And we're going to make a full stack of that. Back over to the sandwich station. We're going to put that in. That is 3 down. We are half done building this sandwich. Open it up. Next ingredient is going to be Enchanted Golden Apples. Now, this could be a very, very tough one to get early on in your game because it does require an absolute ton of gold. We've been manufacturing gold from our saplings for an awful long time. We've got them really, really leveled up quite a bit. So we're producing an absolute ton of gold. So this is not such a big thing for me, but if you wanted to make a full stack of golden apples, it is going to be 8 full stacks of gold and a stack of apples. So that is an awful lot of gold for early on in your game. So late on, this is not a big deal. This is a small fraction of what I got available. So 1 apple 8 blocks of gold gets you a golden apple. We got a full stack of them. We're going to go throw that in there. That was actually super easy. Next up is the onion rings. This is the tough one because the tooltip, if we go and look for the recipe for onion rings, for onions just in general, obtained by breaking XL food mod grass. Now, previously, all of these tomato seeds, we've gotten a bunch of them just by breaking regular grass. XL grass is different than regular grass. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take some bone meal, we're going to take some shears, and we're going to take some dandelions. Now, the dandelion is for a little bit later, just in case I don't get one as a growth from the bone meal. But what we're going to do is we're going to go click down here, and then we actually did get one. That is absolutely perfect. We're going to take the shears, though, and we're going to go and shear the grass. So we end up getting proper grass in our inventory, not the broken seeds. We need the actual grass to do this. If we were just to break these with our hands, we might get a corn or a carrot or something like that, or we might get a regular wheat seed. But we actually want these cut pieces of grass in our inventory. And you know what? I'm going to take that flour while we're at it. Next step, what we need to do is we got to take that dandelion and we're going to go turn it into some dandelion dye, dandelion yellow, and then we're going to go and dye these water barrels. We're going to take the grass clippings with the yellow dyed water. We're going to right click on them and we get a new block. We get the XL food mod grass. This is what we're looking for. It is still a random drop, so we're going to go and try to get a couple more, and let's see what we get when we go and break these normal. So we got some seeds there. Oh, there we go. There is the onion I'm looking for. Let's just go and break these. And anything, pepper seeds, that's something we don't have. Tomato, strawberry seeds, there's a couple in here that we haven't actually got in our world already, so that is really, really handy. But I'm going to take this onion, I'm going to come back over here, and I've already got a bunch of onions set ready to go, but there is your initial grow stage. Here is your final grow stage, is the onion growth mature. We're going to click on that. We end up actually getting, I think, between 2 and 4 onions out of that. So that is a pretty good return on those seeds. Pretty easy to kind of build up your reservoir of them. But to turn these onions into onion rings, we're going to actually have to put onions into the furnace. Each onion gives you 4 onion rings. I completely forgot about that. So that is, really, really good. So there's our stacks of onions. We're going to come back over here and we're going to place that into the sandwich station. And we're now on to the last ingredient for this ultimate sandwich. And that is going to be the coffee. Now the coffee is fairly simple. We are going to need to make ourselves a coffee cup. To make a coffee cup, it is 6 iron and a stick. We're going to take that out. We're going to go place it into our crafting table. And like we've done before, we want a full stack of this. So we're going to go shift. And this is individual. This is so painful, I know. But if we want a full stack to make the full sandwiches, this is what we're going to have to do. So we're going to come back over here. We've already got the coffee in there. And if we go and just throw those out, there we go. There's our advancement. JackelWolf has made the advancement Dark Toasto. That's absolutely perfect. And then we can come in here and we can go and make ourselves a whole bunch of these cheeseburger. These Dark Tostados is the sandwich that we're looking for. Actually, let's come out here. I don't have any hunger. Let me go damage myself a bit and we'll see. Just show you just how good these sandwiches are. So give me a second and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have got my hearts way down. I've got my hunger almost down to the bottom. I'm so far down I can't run anymore. So it's going to take me a long time to wear out that hunger. But if we go and mouse over that, you can see it fills up all my hunger and all my saturation. There's a good chance that this will fill out all the hunger bars if that you were that low. So let's go, we'll go munch on one. And holy cow, it actually gives us a whole bunch of extra hearts. I had 2 naturally, so that's 6 extra hearts we got just from eating that sandwich. That is a absolute, no, sorry, that's 7 extra, sorry, that's 8 extra hearts, because those 2 extra hearts I've got are still down there. Those are the little orange ones just at the bottom corner there. So that is absolutely amazing. This is a super, super tasty sandwich. It's going to go, help you guys do a lot of stuff in your world. It is just a little bit of a pain to make when it comes down to the last ingredient there, but not the end of the world. I think that is still a really, really good sandwich. So let me know in the comments below if you did any of that stuff any differently than I did. I would love to hear all the different ways out there to get all those ingredients to get make this ultimate sandwich from the XL mod. This is really, really cool. But that's gonna be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stop by to say hi. As well, there'll be a link to my Patreon page. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content and you want to support, stop by, check it out. There are a lot of great perks out there for all of my supporters, but that is it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.